Hello, folks. This is Kevin Gilmore Brittany's, located outside Boscoville, Wisconsin. We've been raising and training Brittany's for 25 years. We're a family-run operation, and we've seen a few things. Let me tell you a couple of them. Had a gentleman here today. He was telling me about some things he saw online about a puppy. It's his first puppy. Never had one before. First bird dog, in fact. And he was telling me how online that he read that he never wanted to run to the litter, and he never wanted the firstborn. I have a tendency to disagree with that. I've seen some wonderful runts that turned out to be fantastic bird dogs, and his concern with the firstborn that it was dominant, I can't agree with that either. I'd have to say that it all boils down to genetics, and we're a real firm believer in genetics. We travel a long way sometimes to find just the right dog to add into our kennel for the genes that produce a good family dog and hunting dog for everybody in mind. And even if you don't want a hunting dog, it still makes a wonderful family pet. Like the old saying goes, Brittany's a small dog. It's made to keep you in the apartment all week long and hunt on the weekends. And that dog's happy to do that. It's just a dog. Brittany dog just loves to be with people and wants to please you completely. Another thing I'd like to tell you about is wool training on a puppy. It's a big thing to do with wool training. And you can do this in a young pup, and I'm going to show you. And we call it steady training, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But you want to get the pup to pose like this, grab him by the tail, like this, and this is one of the first or second time I've ever done this with a puppy. So I would tell him steady, 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 and then you're going to touch him on the nose to right here in the forehead for release, give him a little push. And a few times of that, and he'll be looking for your finger coming to release him. And so when he breaks from that position, you want to grab him and put him right back in that spot and tell him steady, steady, and then eventually you should be able to work your way back from him, work your way around him. And the hardest thing for a bird dog to do is to stand there and hold point while somebody walks in front of him. So you want to practice that too. You put a check cord on him. If he gets away from you, you bring him right back to that spot and make him repeat that. And the reason we use the word steady is most of these dogs are house dogs. And so they're going to hear the word no in the house. I mean, I remember one gentleman, his wife got carried away with the newspaper yelling the word no, swatting the dog. Wasn't hurting the dog, just made a lot of noise and scared the dog. And so when he came to his first bird, and we were trying to encourage him to hold that point, he thought he did something wrong, and they call it blinking. He just walked away from the bird. So now we got to spend 3 weeks, teach that dog a new word. And so if you just start out with the word steady, it doesn't conflict with any of the other commands. You can still tell the dog no, and he'll understand it. And so that's the word we try to emphasize training here, and we train every dog that way. And so another big thing is, did you teach your dog to sit? I tell everybody, don't teach him to sit for at least the first year, maybe 2 years. And I'll tell you why. I had a phone call the other day from a gentleman, bought a real nice bird dog from me. He had him out. He's about 3 months old. He's got him chasing birds and finally locked up. Well, he locked up, but he sat. And the guy said, oh, what am I going to do about that? And I said, you taught that dog to sit, didn't you? And I can hear his wife in the background on the phone saying, yeah. So now he gets to teach that dog, play with him a little more, and get him to hold that wool position just like I showed you. Steady he's going to use, and kind of break him with the sitting. And that saying steady could actually take the place of sit. You should be able to walk up to that dog, point at him, and say steady, and he shouldn't move until you release him, touch him between the eyes. And sit is the same thing. So they're not supposed to move till you release them. So that's why we think it's going to take the place of it. We'd like to announce that when we get to 5,000 followers, we're going to do a drawing for a puppy and training. That's right. I'm going to give away somebody a puppy, and they're going to bring it back and do the training. I'm going to train that dog for nothing. We're going to pay for the birds and everything. Only thing they're going to have to do is do a blood test for brucellosis and leptosis and show us that he's negative free of both of those before the dog enters on this property. Now, for a more current thing, we're going to do a drawing for 2 hats. You have to like us and share us on Facebook. We're going to do a random drawing. And if you like us and share us and you come up in the drawing, then I'll PM you. I'll get your address, and I'm going to send 2 people a hat apiece. Let me show you what we're going to send you. We're going to send you, you take your pick. When I contact you, you tell me what you want. If you want the orange one or the camouflage one. And in case you didn't notice, on the back of all of them, it says hunt 'em up. with our phone number. So we're happy to announce we're going to do that here this week. Next week we'll announce the winners. And what can I say, folks? Follow us on Facebook and hunt them up. Thank you.